The best of the best have got the following. What's your goal for the next 6 months?
Russell Dawson, only 2 years in real estate and writing over $500,000 in a marketplace where the average price is around $550,000. Hi Russell, how you going?
Good, Tom. Thanks for having me.
What an amazing story. You know, ex-military, 11 years, is it 11 or 12 years?
12.
12 years, ex-military, you come into real estate, into a marketplace, and within 2 years you're writing, you know, over 500,000 in fees. We're going to talk in this interview about the things that you learned in the military that you have said have underpinned your success in real estate.
Yep.
Mate, I'd love you to role play that with me. So let's assume I've, you know, given you an offer on a property, $490.
What's just to get some context on that? Price guide? Is it a
price guide? Let's
is it
say
a good offer or a bad offer?
Russell, let's call it that. You know, ideally that you want to get the sale wrapped up and around 520.
Yeah. Okay. Look, it's all right to be a little bit physical with it.
Yeah.
So an offer of 490. It's okay to sort of be a little bit surprised. I think 490. Right. Tom?
So you will do body language and a little bit of a surprise.
You can do a little bit, yeah. 490. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, that's fine. Obviously, I'm here to help out, Tom. If you don't mind me asking, how did you come up with that figure? Just jumping out of role play, there's a few different ways that this can go. Yeah. So let's say you've offered 490 in the price guide. We're using a range now, 10% range, 5 to 550. So you put an offer in underneath that range. Yeah. Really good automatic dialogue if a 490 offer comes in or anything underneath the range. 499 is I would say, look, Tom, thank you for your offer. I respect and do thank you for that. I've got automatic instructions from the owners that we won't be accepting an offer underneath the price guide. Now, of course, I'll hand it on to them and I'll work through it. However, they have given me the authorisation to not accept an offer underneath our price guide. Therefore, what would your next offer be?
Okay, goal, beautiful, replay it, move your cursor back 15 seconds and watch that bit again, particularly if you're like me, it's got ADD, you'll do it 3 or 4 times, maybe write it down, get a brain tattooed into your head, love that, that's beautiful. Let's assume I come back to you and I say, well, 500.
Yeah, so the buyer will always come back and be cheeky, and that's okay, I'll do the same thing. So this is how we step people through up. And so I'd work through this exact way. In a listing appointment, I would say this is what the buyer would do next. Right. And we'd sort of say, look.
So you'd explain this at the listing presentation.
Perfect to explain the negotiation strategy. Actually, I think mandatory, critical to explain it. If you want to get the business, I would say we're sort of jumping out a little bit here, but Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, would you or would you not agree that the only thing that your real estate agent should be, if they were one thing, is a good negotiator?
Yes, I would.
Do you mind if I explain to you what my negotiation style and strategy is, and we can even role play it if you like?
Yeah, go for it. And then you take them for a test drive of that.
We go for a test drive. We jump in the car and we rip around the block. We do some circle work.
Like in car sales. Yeah. You put someone in for a test drive. They just test drove your. They just tested your negotiation skills.
I think it's critical. So I think quite often we can slip into some complacency of not or forgetting the value of the dollar and the commissions that we're requesting access to. So why should I sell a property for you, Tom, if you don't exactly know what I'm going to be saying and why I'm going to be saying and what my response is going to be and how are you going to be told that? And then how am I going to take a buyer that offers 800 and finish up at 890 or 930? So I think it's critical. I always put myself in the other person's shoes. How are you going to sell my home? What's going to happen? How do you negotiate? Like, how does all this work? I'm going to tell and show people that. And then so jumping back into the 490 offer, let's just saying it's inside the guide or you've raised it to 500. We then go straight into it. Look, Tom, that price point's already been tested. We've had multiple interested parties. You've seen we've had 35 groups there this afternoon. You need to come into something a little bit stronger. Can you work towards the top of the guide? Would you pay 550, Tom? After probably 3 attempts, I want to take the foot off the pedal. Okay,
so Russell, you'll go. You will put a lot of energy to get me up from 490 to 525 at that initial offer.
Yes.
Right. Beautiful. And I know. I mean, as a trainer, I totally agree that the highest chance of increasing an offer is there and then at the offer.
Yep.
So I love to explore, and that was outstanding work for someone that's doing it on the run here in front of cameras. Outstanding. I just want to ask you, Russell, you talked about the 3 phases in negotiation, identifying the buyers, and which is what we were doing there and then, I suppose, is
phase
it?
one.
Phase one. What's phase two?
Phase two is, so I refer